And we want to get into football. That's why you're here. That's why we're in here in the morning. And recently, there was a little list that was made up of the 2022 NFL running back rankings, top 10 list. We want to go ahead and bring that up for you real quick. And we're going to go ahead and dive into that because, for the most part, I don't know, we're kind of with it. But there's some things at the end maybe that we want to check out. So on this list, they have Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor. You got Nick Chubb, Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, Joe Mixon, CMC, Najee, and we're bringing up real quick at the end, Adam Jones and Javonte Williams out of North Carolina. Yeah, buddy. How are we feeling about this list? I mean, I kind of dig it in the beginning, but what are your thoughts on it? You guys. See?
I also have, what Alex said, I have a few problems with the list.
Problems with the list.
Yeah.
Well, first, I know you get some notes for this.
Alrighty, so just starting at the top. Derrick Henry, I'm okay with. I actually think, I know some people, I was like reading the comments on posts, and they're like, Jonathan Taylor's better. I'm like, no, he's not. No. Jonathan Taylor is only better because Derrick Henry got hurt. If Derrick Henry, the numbers that he was producing, if he continued to do that throughout the whole season, he was going to break the record for number of touches in a single season. He was on.
What up, Andy?
Hard to kill it. So I don't mind Derrick Henry being number one. I don't mind Jonathan Taylor being number two. Obviously, he was in MVP talks this past year, so he's a stud. Mm-hmm. Who is three?
Chubb.
I like. I don't know that I would have put them that high, but I like it. I mean, he's had over 1,000 yards every year, but his rookie year, so he's not a bum. And the Browns just produced running back, so I just like their whole. But I don't know that I would have put him that high. Would you have put him that high?
Nick Chubb?
Yeah.
No.
I did have Chubb on my top 5 list when we just talked about running backs, just who we think's most talented in the league going into next season. I had Chubb as number 5, but I
think I have him right outside my 5.
Yeah. I have at 5, but I mean, again, we're talking about these two running back backfields. Kareem gets a lot of those touches.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And from if Chubb's not on the field, remember he has injury issues from time to time as well. So I think it is a little high for him to be 3. So, but keep going.
Cook was 5. I don't mind. I think that's, I don't know, a little high maybe. I don't know. I don't mind it, I guess. If he stays healthy, that's my only thing. And then Kamara, take him off the list entirely for me.
Yep.
1, he's going to miss at probably 6 games this upcoming season, and then he's injuries, whatever. I just take him off. They also didn't upgrade at quarterback, and I don't see him having an excellent year even when he does come back. Mm-hmm. That's just me though. Mixon is fine. He was 7, right? No, he was 6.
No, he was 6. Yeah, CMC.
Mixon's fine. Yeah. I don't know that I would have had him. I guess who am I putting above him? He doesn't. I was looking at his stat. He never. I put Najee above him. Yes, he never catches the ball, and it bothers me. So I don't know that I'd have him that high because he doesn't have that dual threat going. Christian McCaffrey was 8. Sorry, I'm or 7. I'm a number behind for whatever reason. Take him off the list because you can't prove you can be healthy.
I can't wait to destroy that argument.
I mean, his when he plays, he's amazing, but you can't rely. The best ability is availability, which I will get to. Why it's BS that somebody's not on this list. So I mean, obviously everyone knows Christian McCaffrey is very talented and can produce, but they are gonna rely on him very heavily when he does come back if he is healthy, but just gonna get hurt again. I think he's just gonna. It's gonna be a Saquon thing. Dude's just never gonna be able to stay healthy and be productive. That's where I'm at with him.
I can dig that.
Najee being at 8 is disrespectful. He should be higher on the list.
Mm.
I mean, if you're going to say there's a very small sample size because he was a rookie and blah, 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 fine, whatever.
How much higher? Top 5?
I would.
Top 7.
I mean, for like me personally, Najee's like a top 3 running back next year, like coming into the season. So I would put him in top 5 at least. I think it's disrespectful to have him out of the top 5. To have like Kamara above Najee, I know.
I'm just ready to go bananas about this whole list.
I know.
Especially all the excuses she's giving.
Let me get through my list first, and then you can speak, because it's just going to be easier. I just think Najee's going to have a good year. We were talking before, too, about how, like, you downgraded at quarterback, so I would assume you're not going to rely on the pass as much. So you're going to utilize Najee more effectively. Their O-line got a little better, so he's not going to get destroyed out there, hopefully, as much as he did this past year. 9 was Jones. You can take him off the list for me.
Back. Here's the list, Andrew. Keep on.
Sorry. I mean, Jones can... I guess Jones at 9 is okay. I would have him at 9 or 10. I wouldn't put him any higher. Mm-hmm. I would switch to... I would put Javonte above him. I would also might throw Jones out and put Javonte and Montgomery up there. But that's just...
I can see that. So speak to me on that, because you and I talked about that before in our chat. Javonte, and I love him. Hey, out of North Carolina, he's not only a running back, but he's a solid receiving weapon, and he got a lot more touches with Melvin Gordon's injuries. What you would put him at potentially, 8 or 9? Like what is it that you see in him? Because I see it, but I mean I'm kind of debating that area. But yeah, go ahead.
I think Javonte is going to be better because of the upgrade at quarterback.
Yes.
The defenses are going to have to. You could stack the box last year against Denver because their quarterback situation wasn't very good, and so it was very easy to stop the run. And Javonte still produced.
Well, Javonte broke more tackles than any other running back in the league last year. He's a big, strong dude.
More forced tackles. I thought that was Najee that led that.
Well, he was either 1 or 2.
But just another reason that Najee should be number 1. Anyway, but yeah, no, I think that's. They have a great line. Now they have the threat of the pass. That's a lot better than it was last year. So Javonte, I think, is going to eat. It's just a better situation. Yeah. It's something like why Mac Jones looks much better than I think other rookie quarterbacks that are just in a worse situation. It's just because he's in a good situation, he can thrive more, and I think that's going to happen for Javonte.
People around him, absolutely. Another name that people left off: Montgomery, Eckler for me. Sydney, give me what you Ash? Are you good?
I got 2 people that got left out, but if we want to circle back to me.
Well, yeah, because I want to talk about our snubs too. Who definitely got left?
Yeah, I got 2 snubs.
Yeah. So here's my thing. You guys are roasting Christian McCaffrey. Everybody in the chat, because of injury problems and availability and having like 2 good seasons. Talk to me about Derrick Henry outside of 1 year. If the first 3 years, Derrick Henry's going to be 29 years old. No. He has had 1 good season.
Wait a minute.
No, he didn't.
Wait a minute. Are we questioning Derrick Henry even being number 1, Sydney? Is that what we're doing right now?
If you're going to throw out the claim that Christian McCaffrey shouldn't be on the list because he's been injured for 2 years, because Christian McCaffrey healthy is better than Derrick Henry healthy.
Woo!
Because of the threat receiving the ball.
Yes.
Yeah. Derrick Henry had one good year. 2. Before that, no, he didn't. Last year he had 8 games, so you can't count last year.
Pretty solid year.
Sure, he was on pace. But then he got hurt, which is what you guys are saying happens to Christian McCaffrey, and he missed half the season. So you can't count last year. Derrick Henry's a great running back.
Yes.
But he's only had 1 good season. So if that's what we're going to go off of, it's just he's great, and I know he's great. Okay, Christian McCaffrey's up there. Alvin Kamara's up there. Najee's up there. But
I'm not talking about the best running backs that are in the league right now over their entire career.
Exactly.
I'm talking about who I think is going to be good.
So you're going to talk about injuries
in the next season.
Yeah. So you're talking about injuries. Derrick Henry missed half the season, and he's almost 30, which is the dead age for running back.
Yeah, but Derrick Henry's aging like fine wine.
Is he
he's
though?
Like not getting worse. He's getting better.
Well, he got hurt, so exactly. Najee had one good season. So if we're gonna go based off Derrick Henry's one good season, let's go based off Najee's one good season behind a much worse offensive line with much less to work with, and still led the league in forced missed tackles, yards after contact, caught the ball out of the backfield, which is something that Derrick Henry doesn't do.
Sydney, in an attempt to not be biased, let's give him your list. What's your list, Sydney?
I mean, I didn't create a list. We did a top 5 running back list. I was just talking about this list.
Yeah, it was faulty.
Is where would you put Henry on this list?
I think I had Derrick Henry in my top 3 or 4 running backs. Like, he was in my top 5. I don't take him out of there.
You're just using it to combat the Christian McCaffrey.
But yes, everybody's saying Christian McCaffrey shouldn't be here, and I'm like, then Derrick Henry shouldn't be. If we're gonna go based off of like the injury, because he missed half the season last year. The best ability is availability, and he missed half the season. Exactly,
100%. A Ravens fan said this.
Hey, that's just another. Yeah, exactly. That's another reason that Najee will be the number 1 running back, in the next year or two.
Yeah,
he's probably not there yet because he's only had one good season, but he absolutely will be. He's as big as Derrick Henry, as he's as tall and weighs a little bit more than Derrick Henry. So he doesn't look as big watching him because he doesn't have the downhill runner that Derrick Henry is, and he's way more elusive than Derrick Henry is. But he also catches the ball out of the backfield. Give him a better line, and I'm telling you, he's absolutely gonna be the best running back in the league. I do agree that Austin Eckler should have been on this list. He also though has injury problems. I don't think he's played a full season. So it's hard. If you're just talking straight talent, Christian McCaffrey belongs on this list.
Absolutely.
If you're counting,
Kamara belong on the list?
Yes. He had almost 7 touchdowns one game.
But here's another one. Saquon
is 1,000% talented.
Talent, no injuries.
Right. But I don't think Saquon is as talented since he tore his ACL. He's not the same player.
Yeah.
So pre-ACL tear Saquon is talented enough to be in this list. Post with the ACL injury, he doesn't have the same explosiveness. Now, I mean, sometimes it takes players a year or 2 to get that back, so maybe this year he comes back, but I don't think he's there.
You can dig it.
Yeah, I mean, Nathan's making great points. Like Andrew had said, the Titans aren't anything without Derrick Henry. Yet, Derrick Henry missed half the season, and they still were the number 1 seed. Mm-hmm. So they won without Derrick Henry.
Right. And there could be some argument made for once Derrick Henry came back in that playoff game, they kind of tailored the offense back to him, and that's not what they were winning with.
It didn't work, yeah.
Right.
Derrick Henry is absolutely the old school, grind him out. I'm going to turn around, hand the ball off 35 times a game. The first half, Derrick Henry's numbers always are not good. He's averaging 3 yards a carry and just not moving, but he just wears on the defense. And the second half is when he breaks those big runs and it boosts his stats and stuff. That's old school downhill football, running back style. And I mean, Derrick Henry is perfect for that.
Gets so many touches.
And my thing is Najee can do that plus catch the ball. That's why I like Najee more. Plus he's younger. I mean, 5 years younger. So going into this year, I think Najee's going to have a better year. Obviously, both running backs fully healthy. They play the whole season. I think Najee's going to have the best year out of all the running backs just because of the situation and everything. Yeah. But that's just my opinion, obviously. Nick Chubb's going to split carries. Dalvin Cook's injury prone. Christian McCaffrey's injury prone. Derrick Henry's injury prone. Alvin Kamara is going to be suspended. It's Austin Eckler's injury prone. It's just going down the list. So it's I like Najee the best. I also, Nathan threw out somebody. That was a good list. I like J.K. Dobbins, but he's, again, coming off an ACL that I can't put him in top 10 at all, but I can definitely see J.K. Dobbins having a great year. Their system is designed for the run. Their running backs are going to feast. I almost had Lamar Jackson as a top 10 running back. That was just a dig. I'm just playing this. But J.K. Dobbins in the morning.
Really?
That was the perfect clip for that.
I just had to throw it in there. It was just fun. I'm just kidding, guys.
I agree with that comment, Alex.
Yeah,
for sure. And Jonathan Taylor had a much better, I mean, not even close offensive line, much better than Najee did. And so wait till the Steelers rebuild the line, and Hopefully Najee's not dead and driven into the ground by then. But
that's my only
so
worry with Najee is that he had a ton of carries last year. They just run him to the ground because, or he played the most snaps of any running back in the league. It was insane.
That's why I think he might have the best season because he doesn't split. Like he's a 3-down back. Like Derrick Henry comes off on 3rd downs because he doesn't catch the ball.
So does Mixon.
So does Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb. And that's another reason I think Najee needs to be higher because he's a 3-down back. Of the guys up there, Jonathan Taylor's a 3-down back, Dalvin Cook's a 3-down back, Alvin Kamara's a 3-down back. All the receiving backs.
Mixon is not.
I mean, but those 3 aren't short line or like short yardage backs. Like those are 3rd and 1. Derrick Henry's there on 3rd and 1. But Christian McCaffrey's not, or strike one. They're not those. So that Najee is everything. He's your short yardage back. He's your receiving back on 3rd downs. He's your grinding back. Like there's only a couple other running backs I could see. Like DeAndre Swift does everything. I like him a lot. Javonte I think can do everything. Go ahead. But yeah, that's just another like thing to throw in there. Derrick Henry has one trick, but it's a very good trick.
Oh yeah.
He's very, very good at it.
Specific. This is what we're doing.
I am bigger than you. I will push you to ground and keep
right. Like what he did to Josh Norman. Just get out of here.
That's my favorite thing ever.
Loved it.
Najee did it to John Abrams this year.
Yeah.
But I mean, and honestly, and I think that's what this is all leaning towards, because honestly, you could split this into 2 lists. The I-form, old school 1960s, 70s, 80s running back, which is straight up, which is Jonathan Taylor and, Derrick Henry and Mixon, those type. But what the NFL is becoming more of, as we know, is a passing league. So you have to have that running ability. At the same time, you have to be able to pass or receive out of the backfield. But then having somebody like a Najee that's a little bigger can actually help out in pass protection, help out with some of the blocking, some of that stuff. Like, it's interesting, the dynamic of this list. But we talked about snubs. Montgomery was one of them. Austin Eckler, somebody we've been talking about for a while.
DeAndre Swift, I think, is a snub. I mean,
I think DeAndre, I really like Swift. I wouldn't mind Swift at like that 9-10. Because for me, he probably falls in like the 11, 12. He's like top 15 to me, but not probably like top 8.
Yeah.
But I like Swift a lot, especially he.
And somebody we haven't talked about, somebody that wears that star.
Oh, she's ready to talk about him.
Right. Where's he on this list?
Zeke needs to be on this list because I'm very high on the availability as best ability.
Yeah.
Who's only missed, 2-3 games in the last however many years. I get, Zeke's not making these, big, explosive, exciting plays like he used to, but he's, fairly consistent. Mm-hmm. And I think it's BS he's not on the list.
and watch out. I'm going to give a compliment. This is the only time this is ever going to happen. Zeke is one of the most underrated pass catchers out of the backfield. People don't realize how good of a pass catcher this guy is. I've seen him come on too many wheel routes against my less than good linebackers.
Yep.
And it's right over the top. So, and
he's a great pass blocker.
Yes.
He's very well known for his pass blocking, which is not a stat you find. You just have to know that that's what he's good at and watch tape. And he's absolutely top tier when it comes to that. I literally thought about Fournette when I ran through my head.
I was thinking Fournette, but I would put Fournette again at probably top 15, but not above 10. I don't think it would fall somewhere in that range for me. I just think it's disrespectful not to put Zeke on there. That's all. I don't think he's top 5, but we can put him at the end of that list somewhere, along Eckler too. I'm not going to put Eckler in my top 5, but the end of that list there, Zeke and Eckler deserve to be there more than Jones or who else. I would take Kamara out just because if we're talking about who's going to be great next season, you're missing 6 games. So why am I even going to talk about you?
Right. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the list that we are looking at. Derrick Henry 1, Taylor at 2, Chubb at 3, Cook at 4, Kamara at 5, Mixon, McCaffrey, Najee Harris, Adam Jones, and Javonte Williams finish out 5 through 10. I mean, hey, there it is. A couple names I want to bring out. Josh Jacobs of the Raiders. I know
I
was really high on Josh Jacobs for like the last 2 years, and then every year he kind of is just like meh. And I'm like, I want you to so bad be great, but
he has a couple of good games this season, and it kind of like piques your interest back about him. But a lot of the times he's sub 60 yards and just not relevant in the game.
Yeah. Now, somebody that I would not be a Washington fan if I did not reference my guy. And we're talking about somebody that can run and also catch out of the backfield, multifaceted. My guy, Mr. Antonio Gibson.
I thought about him. I thought about putting him on my snub list, but I'm like, who would I move for him?
Yeah. Move him over Zeke. Move him right over Zeke.
Nope.
Nope. Wouldn't do that.
Hey, and what we're about to get into, he is definitely one of the beneficial guys in a little bit of fantasy. Ladies and gentlemen, Gibson is definitely in discussion, but he's at least like, oh yeah, I'm with that. I'm absolutely with that. So I love it.
Apparently, I have a lot of guys in my 11 to 15 range when I start thinking.
10 guys.
So I put like him right there.
That's not a 10. Absolutely. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, Hunt. Oh, wait a minute. Chubb is 3, but Hunt. Again, you got help.
I can't put a third down back on the list. He just doesn't. Kareem Hunt, when he was on the Chiefs, he was a great running back. So and obviously he's great when he's on the field for the Browns. He's just not.
They're a great duo. I like them.
Yeah, if you could combine them and make them one player, then to me that's what Najee is. He's the combination. You know what I mean? He can do it all. So that's why I have Chubb lower on my list and Najee higher, just because he is both of those running backs, whereas the Browns have both those running backs.
Exactly, Alex.
Exactly.
Right there. Straight up. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, hey, this list could change. This list can definitely vary. And we will definitely be talking about it closer towards the season.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.